Using the power of the internet, I decided to reach out to fellow New Yorkers living here in Austin to develop the perfect map for New Yorkers looking to move here to the city. To my surprise, in doing so, I got hundreds of responses from New Yorkers living here in Austin. I now present to you our updated map. If Austin was New York. Now, I can already hear all the debating begin, and it's great. I want the debate. Put it down in the comments. In the meantime, I'm going to do some expectation management. This map, it's not perfect, but it is the summation of hundreds of New Yorkers living in Austin giving input to this idea. Think of this information like Swiss cheese. It's going to be super cheesy, it's going to be full of holes, but it's going to be something to chew on. So let's take a bite into what just might be the best guide for viewing our city of Austin through a New York City lens. Now, real quick, I'm Adam in Austin, a local real estate agent here in Austin, Texas. I actually lived in New York for over 10 years, and I'm super excited to share all this information with you. If you're a New Yorker thinking about making the move to Austin, Texas, then you should hit the like and subscribe button to be connected with everything you'd want to know about making that move to the city. And if you're seriously considering making that move, then you should definitely reach out to me. But for now, let's dive in and take a closer look at this map. Let's start from the center, and I'm going to explain everything. Okay, right in the center of the map, you've got downtown Austin. But for our map, we're going to be labeling it Manhattan. Now, obviously, this area is nowhere near the same size as Manhattan is. Here are some big differences. Manhattan geographically is 22 square miles. Downtown Austin is 2 square miles. Check out this 3D rendering to give you a visual scale for the differences. Downtown Austin currently has 17 buildings over 500 feet tall. New York City has 330 buildings that are over 500 feet tall. Now, although it's significantly smaller, if you're looking to live a lifestyle that resembles living in Manhattan, then downtown Austin is where you're going to want to be. Much of our downtown is really walkable. A lot of folks here feel like it almost resembles Midtown. It's got a mix of office buildings, apartments, condos, restaurants, bars. They're all within reach. You can totally live in a high-rise here, and within a smaller radius, definitely live a lifestyle that feels similar to Manhattan. Now, although this area may feel like Manhattan, just a few blocks away, you'll find yourself on 6th Street, and this was voted as our Times Square. 6th Street, or Dirty 6th, is our wild, fun place to go out. A lot of folks have said it feels similar to Bleecker Street or the Lower East Side. Here you can find bar after bar after bar, but you can also find a lot of crowds and a lot of tourists. Just like Times Square, you really don't want to get caught walking through here on the weekend unless you're looking to join the chaos. Unless you're looking to party and go out, this is an area that tourists tend to go and a lot of locals tend to avoid whenever they can, just like Times Square. Now, if you go even further east within the confines of downtown, you're going to hit Rainey Street. To New Yorkers in Austin, this is our Williamsburg. Rainey Street used to be an under-the-radar residential street near downtown. Over time, home after home was converted into bars, which created a super unique vibe. The street presented as homes, but the second you walked through the front door, you were in a super hip underground bar. So just like Williamsburg, this hip underground vibe became super popular. And it didn't take long for Rainey Street to become overdeveloped, like way overdeveloped. It's slowly becoming one of the densest districts in the entire city. Today, just like Williamsburg, it's super popular and a great place to go out, but it's just not the same as it used to be. But don't worry, if exploring off the beaten path is your thing, then you just need to go further east. If you pass a bit further east, just under I-35, you're going to hit East Austin, and this feels a lot like our Bushwick. Out here, there's a lot more room to expand, and a lot of that cool culture that existed in Rainey Street has spread east throughout East Austin. Just like with Williamsburg, how things moved out east to Bushwick and started to become more and more developed, that same thing is occurring now with East Austin. This area can feel like Bushwick, and that you might be on one street covered in bars and restaurants, and you walk one street over and it's completely residential. Now, I'm curious, New Yorkers in Austin, what do you think? Does East Austin give you Bushwick vibes? Put it in the comments down below. Okay, moving just south of the river, you're going to hit an area called Riverside, which the people online have selected as the Bronx. That's right, according to our thread, the most upvoted comment was, "Where's the Bronx?" And the response was Riverside. So whatever you think of the Bronx in New York is what a lot of these New Yorkers in Austin think of Riverside. Now, that being said, just like the Bronx, Riverside is not all one thing. But ultimately, the people have spoken. Now, going west of this area, you're going to hit one of our hottest strips, South Congress. This area, most people agreed, was like our Soho. And the funny thing is, South Congress, it's nicknamed SoCo. So our SoCo is like your Soho. Anyways, this is a fantastic area to go out, go shopping, and go to some fantastic restaurants and bars. I'll say in comparison to Soho, this area is much smaller and you're not going to find all your standard retail stores over here. This area is better for vintage shopping, for thrift shopping, for unique clothing, stuff like that. That being said, it's an awesome area to check out and it's an Austin staple. Now, if we keep going to the west of this area, we're going to hit Zilker Park. And Zilker Park is our central park. It's the biggest park in the entire city, and it's where Austin city limits occurs, and it's where you'd go to just have a picnic on a nice Saturday afternoon. Now, again, we've got to give context here. Central Park is 843 acres. Zilker Park is 351 acres, so it's less than half the size. That being said, it's plenty big for the folks here in Austin, and it's a great place to kick back and take a break. Since Zilker is our most beloved park, the real estate next to it comes at a high price point. Neighboring areas like Barton Hills, Zilker, Bolden Creek all offer homes at higher price points with great proximity to the park. With this in mind, you can easily draw the connection between these areas and Park Slope, Brooklyn. Now, to be clear, don't expect brownstones in these areas, but there is super cool architecture throughout each of these neighborhoods. Although the architecture in these neighborhoods is way more eclectic than Park Slope, how these neighborhoods are in relation to our city checks a similar box. Now, going further west from this area, you're going to find some of Austin's most high-end residents. People like Elon Musk, Sandra Bullock, Matthew McConaughey, they all live out west. With this in mind, areas like Rollingwood or Westlake, these have earned the designation of the Hamptons. If you take a drive through these areas, you'll quickly understand. Homes in these areas typically range anywhere from $1 million to $10 million or even more. You'll find some of Austin's nicest real estate out here, and some of it's even on the waterfront. Actually, if you're interested in seeing some of Austin's most high-end luxurious real estate in this area, you should definitely check out my video on where the ultra-wealthy live in Austin. I took some time and paddleboarded the river out here just to give Austinites a unique perspective on where the wealthy live in these areas. It's a super fun ride, you see incredible real estate, and it's totally worth checking out. And it will help you understand why this area gets the designation of the Hamptons. Either way, let's jump back to the map. Moving back across the river, you hit a stunning historic part of Austin called Tarrytown. Due to the balance of historical charm and expensive real estate, this area earned the designation of the Upper West Side. Both Tarrytown and the Upper West Side offer great proximity to the city center while being bordered by their respective rivers. Both neighborhoods are cultural hubs too. The Upper West Side has the Lincoln Center and the Museum of Natural History, and Tarrytown has Laguna Gloria, a beautiful art museum. Both areas have high-end real estate and are highly desirable for their cities. Just east of Tarrytown, you hit an even older, more historic part of town, Hyde Park. This area was voted most to feel like Greenwich Village. Both Greenwich Village and Hyde Park are historic neighborhoods with a strong sense of community. They're known for their unique architecture, walkability, and access to great restaurants and bars. Both neighborhoods are also located near large universities. Greenwich Village has NYU, and Hyde Park isn't too far away from the University of Texas. Both these areas are seen as higher-end, tight-knit communities with a strong sense of local identity. Now, while we're in North Austin, I also want to give an honorable mention to Mueller. For many folks, this area also earned the designation of Park Slope. Now, I know we already mentioned an area down south that has the vibes of Park Slope, but this area is worth mentioning too. Mueller is a master planned community in North Austin with Mueller Lake Park right at the center. I've been here, and this park at times can feel a little like Prospect Park. That being said, this park is 30 acres and Prospect Park is 585 acres. That's a big difference. Homes in this area are actually way more affordable than what you'd find in areas like Park Slope. But they can feel similar in that they're on smaller lots, they're closer together, and some of them have great proximity to the park. Living here may give you a similar lifestyle to someone living close to Prospect Park in Brooklyn. From here, let's jump further north and talk about one of Austin's newest and hottest areas to live, the Domain. The Domain is a huge mixed-use development, featuring a combination of upscale shopping, dining, bars, restaurants, along with office space and residential areas. Because of this, it's earned the designation of the Hudson Yards. Both areas seem to serve as significant regional hubs, like second downtowns. Both areas seem to attract individuals interested in a live, work, play lifestyle. The Domain is great and totally worth checking out, it just has a different feel than the rest of the city. Okay, so with that, we've covered the bulk of the neighborhood-specific connections the New Yorkers here in Austin have made. The last thing to do is to zoom out even further and draw some regional connections. We're about to cast some very wide nets, so buckle up. Let's start with the areas to the east of the city. For whatever reason, folks feel that the areas east of the city, just outside of the city limits, they resemble New Jersey. Out here, the areas are less developed, less scenic, but they're also more affordable, and there's a bit more farmland. This checks a lot of the boxes for New Jersey. Although you don't have to cross a big bridge like the GW Bridge to get to Austin from these areas, many Austinites feel that geographically and culturally, these areas feel pretty removed from the city, kind of like New Jersey. It's still right there, but it feels removed. Now going south of the city, but sticking within the city limits, you've got South Austin, and a lot of people feel like this area gives off Brooklyn vibes. Many local Austinites might argue that whatever is left of the Keep Austin Weird culture, it still exists down here, down south. There are tons of great bars and restaurants down south, and a lot of the new development that's been occurring has happened more so up north. You might find that of all the regions, South Austin maybe has done the best job of preserving what's left of the counterculture that existed in Austin back in the good old days. For these reasons, South Austin gets the designation of Brooklyn. Working our way further around the map, the areas west of the city have earned the designation of Long Island. This one's a bit tricky, but it seems like this area, just like Long Island, is a residential haven. But that being said, there isn't much more to it. Folks on this thread called out the similarities between the areas in having really nice houses and really good schools. Like Long Island, you're not really going to find lots of cool new bars and restaurants to go out to in this area. A lot of that's happening much more so in East Austin. But similar to Long Island, a lot of these areas can be scenic and have beautiful homes. Lastly, working our way up north, this area was split. The northwestern portion of the map, containing areas like Cedar Park and Leander and Liberty Hill, this area got the designation of Staten Island. The feedback was that culturally, the folks on Staten Island can feel pretty similar to the folks out in these areas. Commenters also drew the connection between these areas and their proximity to the city. Like Staten Island, these areas are a bit removed from the city and a bit more affordable. Now, to the northeast of the city, you've got areas like Pflugerville and Round Rock and Georgetown. These areas were voted most likely to feel like Queens. Both Queens and this area offer more affordable living on the outskirts of the city. And both areas are actually known to have really good food options. For this same reason, a lot of folks also did say that this area gave them the vibes of New Jersey or even Hoboken. But what do you think? Put it down below. All right, guys, there you have it. The map like you've never seen it before. I can't emphasize enough, I would really love for people to give their comments and give their feedback down below. The more comments and feedback that we get down below, the stronger this resource becomes for New Yorkers who are looking to understand Austin. And if you're a New Yorker who's looking to understand Austin even better, don't hesitate to reach out to me. As I mentioned earlier, I'm Adam in Austin, a local real estate agent here in Austin, Texas. I'm based here in the city, but I also lived in New York for over 10 years. I'd love to help you with whatever questions you've got. Below is my contact information. If you're looking to work with an agent who's fun, insightful, no BS, I'm your guy. Reach out to me and I can make the process fun and easy. Just give me a call. Just pick up that phone. Give me a little ring. You can do it. Give me a call. Lastly, real quick, while I've got you, if you like this video and want to see more content like this, all covering the city of Austin, then you should definitely check out my YouTube channel. I've made videos explaining the entire map of the city of Austin, the normal map of the city of Austin, breaking it down to regions, north, south, east, west. I've given in-depth home tours of some of the nicest homes in the city. I've covered all the upcoming developments that are going to change the city skyline for the future. I've taken you underwater to see what's at the bottom of the Barton Springs pool. I've even interviewed Californians who moved here and then moved back. It's a super interesting interview. If you want to learn anything and everything there is to know about the city of Austin, then you should check out my channel.